That's both amazing and horrible.
Welcome to Cat and Raven Designs. I'm Cat. They, them.
And I'm Raven, she, her, and we are back for design number 2 in our positively rebellious January collection.
I just realized which tank top I'm wearing. My girl, boy, don't worry about it.
Off you go. It's my turn. Just explode you. Well, it is officially my turn, and I took a spin on The Matrix as my design. Here is the design. Relatively simple, but I think it doesn't need to be super complicated for The Matrix, which I love that movie. I love all of the Matrix movies and the animated features. I don't know how to explain The Matrix was so foundational for me as a young person. It came out in 1999, the first movie, and I know a lot of our audience are millennials and older, so you probably remember it too. But I was 11 when it came out in 1999, so I was too young to see it in theaters, but I do distinctly remember riding my bike to go over to my friend's house and watch it on VHS. Once it was available for rent that summer. It's so foundational of a memory. And then I was finally old enough to get permission to go see The Matrix Reloaded in theaters, and then I saw the third one in theaters. So I really love the Matrix movies. And of course, it's always great knowing now that they were created by a pair of trans siblings, and we love that. So,
you know what's funny? Yeah, I didn't get to see any of the Matrix movies in theaters, but my parents absolutely let me watch the Matrix movie when I was 10 years old. The year it came out.
I don't remember if my parents particularly had a problem with me seeing it, but I know I would not have been able to see it in theaters because it was rated R and I was only 11.
My dad was very good at getting bootleg copies of everything, so I got to see it after theaters, but before VHS.
Yeah, I had a friend rent it, and that's how I saw it. But let's go ahead and take a look at how we're making this one. We're tackling this design here. So my fragrance oil to start us off with. We've got Twilight Tea and Amber from Brambleberry, and it is a sweet mix of chamomile, bergamot, cocoa, cinnamon, rose, amber, moss, musk, and sandalwood. And we tested it just like we have been testing all of the fragrance oils. Its recommended usage rate was 3.42. I went ahead and dropped it down to 3 just to make sure I can get the effect I'm going for here with this. Because I think I'm going to go ahead and do this as a drop swirl with a pretty heavy chopstick on it. And for our colorants, right here we have neon green, which I think is really perfect for the letters and symbols going down the screen. And then of course, black iron oxide over here. This is going to be my primary color. This is going to be an accent. If only I had some like cool matrix effect that I could do safety mode with.
Oh, I'm sure there's some that it may not be like exactly matrix, but it'll be like matrix-esque.
Matrix-esque, yeah. Okay, if I can do that, if I can find something, I'll go ahead and put that in here. But let's go ahead and do safety mode. Ta-da! Safety mode achieved. We are ready to go ahead and start making some soap. If you're familiar with the process, cool, say it along with me here. If you're not, hi. We make cold process soap from scratch. So what we do is we have our mixture of oils here, and we're going to add our lye water, and those go through a chemical reaction called saponification, and that is what gives you bar soap. Okay, give it a quick blend. And we're going to pour off my accent color right here. And add in my main color. And more mixing to go.
Those corners really don't want to mix.
Yeah, it happens. All right, let's get to pouring. So I named this Knock Knock because I love that moment right at the beginning when Neo is talking to Trinity on like the little old-fashioned chat, and that's the knock knock, and then the folks show up with the white rabbit tattoo. And as someone who was a lifelong Wonderland fan and Alice in Wonderland fan, oh my god, I was so excited. Like, I know that's not maybe the most famous quote. I know Kung Fu is probably the most famous quote. I don't know. I think it's hard to express nowadays how cool that movie was in 1999. So neat.
I loved all the special effects and the fight scenes.
Oh, so
good. And all that like slow-mo. Like, it was so cool.
Like, we just don't have movies the same way we used. Not to sound super old or anything, but like, movies are so different now. Sometimes that's a good thing, because, you know, there's a lot of really cool stuff about modern movies. But God, The Matrix was just so good. It's making me want to watch it all over again. I haven't watched it in a few years.
Now that I think about it, same.
And I even loved there's a series of animated Matrix themed, like, little minis that they did that were, I don't know if it's still available on Netflix, but oh man, I loved those too. They're so neat. There's something about the exploration of humanity, and there's a hope to it that I appreciate. I've said privately, in my private life, a bunch of times that I feel sometimes like movies nowadays, rude, that movies nowadays are often just like so cynical, and I miss a movie that has a sense of humanity, a sense of hope. It can be so desolate feeling in a lot of modern films, and I can't stand that. You know, everything has to be grimdark, everything has to be gritty, and I'm like, not everything has to be like that, guys. We can also just like find hope. I think we need that a lot, especially lately. God.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's like, it is entirely possible to have like a movie with like darker themes.
Sure.
That has a more hopeful tone of like, hey, things might be now, but
they can get better.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this with the chopstick because I want it to kind of look like when the green text is coming down the screen. Obviously very iconic.
Super iconic. And apparently how a lot of IT guys get out of doing work.
What?
So they won't do it like with like the Matrix specific colors, or they'll do it like, but I guess there are some IT guys that if they are over the day and everyone's BS, they'll just full screen run like a video of like just code falling down the screen or going across the screen.
Oh my God, because people are dumb and don't realize that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So those are there with it and just kind of like make it look like they're working with this code scrolling across their screen.
But they're not doing anything?
Yeah. Not doing.
That's both amazing and horrible. All right. Well, that is it for mine here. So this is the midpoint of the video. I want to have you do your sacrifice to the algorithm gods in our name, which is always appreciated. Thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe down below. We have a whole series of soaps that we do all the time, including our Pride soaps, which are available year-round. And then we do a monthly theme, which is what you're watching right now. And we really appreciate you being here, so subscribe if you're not already, leave a comment, leave a like, it's always appreciated, and your reward is the top of the soap. Alrighty, and here is the close-up on the top of my Matrix soap. Knock, knock. Knock, knock, Neo. Alright, we're going to let this set up overnight, and we will be back tomorrow to go ahead and cut that down into bars. If there is an ad with YouTube, we'll let that run, and we will be right back. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hello friends, and welcome back. It is time to cut my Matrix-inspired soap. Here she is, looking a little matte on the top.
A little ashy.
Yeah, I did steam treat it, but it didn't do a whole lot. I think perhaps I needed to add quite a bit more black into this, but who knows. We'll go ahead and free it from its prison. There we go. And there's your soap butt. Not
There's
a lot.
A little bit there.
A little bit.
Not much.
A ton. She's looking pretty good. And here we go. Every once in a while, we have someone ask about this multi-bar cutter too. And apologies, as far as I'm aware, the gentleman that used to make them does not make them anymore. There are lots of other suppliers that sell similar ones, though. So this was from Goodspeed Shop. I would imagine, due to the current state of things in Russia and the Ukraine, that's probably why he's not making them anymore. So we do have another multi-bar cutter too. That's Greg, but Greg does not handle full 5-pound brambleberry molds very well. Greg is too short. Greg is a short king. All right, well, let's go. Ta-da!
Was yours still soft or?
Not really. No, I'd say it's pretty well set up. Not like overly set up, but pretty good. And here is the first bar.
Ooh.
Not bad. Not bad at all. And our vertical shot for socials.
Ooh.
I hope that's matrixy enough. I know it's sort of implying, but I hope it's matrixy enough.
We're going for the vibes.
The vibes.
Are the vibes there?
I'd say the vibes are there, right?
I think the vibes are there.
Hopefully. I really wish that I could smell things better right now. I'm congested and have been for like the last week. I can't really smell anything. Ugh.
It's because our whole household decided that this was the perfect opportunity to, have the plague.
Not that
plague.
Not that plague.
Just a plague. One of the many plagues that go around this time of year.
Well, short and sweet today, because we're really only doing one loaf of each one of these. Because, hey, that is sort of the sales cycle that happens this time of year, is that sales are lower in January. So why make 2 loaves? We only made 1. So on the left is... actually, is this the left? I don't know. On one side, there is my original design, and on the other side is the final result. Not bad. Not bad. We'll take it. What are you doing? No. Keep your hands to yourself. Just because it's positively rebellious does not mean that that is an instruction for you to me. So this, along with the rest of the collection, will be available on Friday, January 31st at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on our website, catandravendesigns.com. Make sure that you check out our vlog channel. It is an easy way to keep up to date with things that are going on with us in our lives. And this is your hydration reminder. Go, hydrate yourself. Drink some liquids, my friends.
Make me.
Ignore them. And we will catch you for the next one. Bye!
Bye!
You're feral. Feral. Why?